Hey there, Gemstones. So last week I talked about how key it is in the process of being an active participant in your own life to understand that emoting at all towards something is what's going to attract it in. And that's a very basic, broad, vague key point, but it is very much the foundation. Emoting is what manifests. Emote, manifest. Emote, manifest. The next step in that is the quality of emoting is the indicator of the quality of what you draw in. So if you are sending angry, resentful vibes toward a lack of funds, for example, the universe is going to justify the existence of the lack of funds because it's trying to reinforce your anger toward that thing. It may seem like an a-hole move on the universe, but the universe is not doing that. It doesn't work that way. It's just you react, it reacts. You react, it reacts. It's action reaction. That's what is happening right there. It's like you react, it reacts. If you give attention to something, it gives its attention back to you. How it works. You give anger towards something in your experience, the universe is going to justify that. It's going to give more of the thing or similar things that inspire the anger, the negative emotion and feeling. If you are experiencing enthusiasm or joy about something in your experience, the universe is going to justify that thing that is giving you joy and enthusiasm and bring more stuff that gives you the same quality of that joy and enthusiasm that is also similar to that thing, in line with it, not way off into the bushes. Just thinking about puppies and being happy towards puppies is not going to attract money in necessarily if your attention toward money is, I hate that it's necessary, sort of thing. Which makes it more necessary, which brings about more hate, which makes it more necessary, which brings about more hate. And that is the definition of a positive reinforcement cycle. You will go through that loop. And it's annoying. It's really annoying if it's not working in your favor. And really hard to admit that it's our own fault when it doesn't work in our own favor because of that loop. It's your response to something in your experience is what indicates what you're going to bring in. Plain and simple, straight up, that's how the manifestation works. And it's, like I said, if you can have multiple different kinds of emotions toward multiple different kinds of things going on at once, like you're happy about puppies, but you're resentful toward money, or you're sad about the experience of that a person in your life is going through, a friend in your life is going through, but you're elated about the promotion that you're about to get, but you're downtrodden about this thing. So you can have all of these different things going on and have different kinds of emotions toward all of these things, and that is what indicates what you're going to be attracting in from those things. But you are not going to be giving attention to all of those things simultaneously, which is where distraction comes in and becomes a very fun thing to play with and move into your favor. If you're focusing more and more and more on the happy feeling that puppies bring about, then it's a little bit harder to think about the downtrodden or sad feelings from what a friend is going through. Maybe it makes you think about, well, this friend likes puppies, so let's go to an animal shelter and just play with the puppies. Or let's go over to this particular friend's or family member's house and play with their puppies. Maybe that'll make them feel better, and I won't be quite so worried about them, which will make me feel better, which is just going to radiate to them. So let's just bring our attention to the puppies. Good things. Puppies cure for everything. Well, maybe not everything, because there are people that are allergic to puppies. But you see my point here, in that you can distract yourself from the things that give you upset, or shift them in your favor. Shift them from an upset to something happy by focusing on the things that make you feel good, like fluffy puppies. My example, when I was trying to get from self-loathing to self-love, is focusing on my eyes. And I know people are probably getting sick of me bringing that up over and over again, but that was the thing that I used. That was the thing that I clung to like a piece of driftwood in the middle of a stormy ocean expanse. I clung to that like I had nothing else. And it worked in my favor, because eventually that driftwood for me seemed to get bigger and became this raft, and the oceans around me seemed to get calmer, which made them a little bit easier for me to traverse. And the wind started working in my favor, metaphorically speaking, through all of this, of course. But it all started with my focus on my eyes and how proud I was of them and how good I felt about them. And filling myself with that present emotion was what got me more on track to shifting my perspective about other things. Being happy about my eyes really exploded into a lot of different things, just dovetailed out. Focusing on my eyes led to focusing on how clear my sight was and the things that I could see and perceive, and made me focus on the other senses of perception that I had, that how clear and keen they were, that brought about like the body parts that I had that I wasn't so upset about, like my ears. I'm not upset about my ears. So obviously there's something else that I don't hate, that I don't loathe, and bringing the focus more and more into things that I really liked, and eventually it became this all-encompassing thing, to the point where I look back and it's just like, what did I ever hate about myself, really? Honestly? Did I ever really hate anything? And of course the answer was yes, and I would tell myself I had reasons. I was justified in it, and I was attracting that. So, because I was giving attention to it, that's what was coming back to me. I was giving so much attention to all the things that I hated about myself, that the universe was just kept bringing my attention back to more reasons to hate myself. That's how it works. But as soon as I clung as hard and fast as I could to the thing about myself that I still had joy toward, still had contentment, peace of mind toward, everything else in that spectrum changed. And I went from attracting justification for self-loathing to drawing in justification for self-love and pride and contentment. And you can use that in other aspects of your life, and I have been, like bits and pieces, shifting here and there, redefining how I perceive things in a way that I recognize there's no reason to really hate myself. There's plenty of reason to love myself. There are plenty of reasons for you to love yourself. It's a matter of shifting the perspective in your favor, focusing on something that gives you a sense of joy, a sense of pride, a sense of contentment so much, and letting that feeling just build and build and build to the point where you're not giving as much attention to the things that make you feel ugly, or hideous or give you reason to hate yourself. And eventually those reasons kind of fade into the background or fade out. And you can still use that toward things more than just self. You can use it toward finances. You can use it toward relationships. You can use it toward health and well-being. You can use it toward when you shift your perception about things, it brings in new goodies that work in your favor toward your manifestations, towards your active participation in your life. And I guess that's the point I'm trying to get toward in this particular video, is the quality that you send out is what comes back in, but you can change the quality. That's what's so awesome about this process, is that there's no end to how much benefit you can bring in toward yourself, because as you shift one thing, more things shift into play, and it becomes this dance of getting yourself to that place that you want to be. And sometimes you get to that place and you realize you wanting to shift it more. Actually, all the time that happens, to be honest. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my videos. I very, very much appreciate it. Does my heart pitter-patter proud to know that people are watching my videos. And if you like what I had to say, please hit the like button. And you can go ahead and go and watch past videos. I have more that I say. If you want to hear even more that I say, see future videos of me ranting and raving, whether about the universe or little vlogish blips here and there, then please hit that subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment or a question. I'll get to it, or maybe you'll even see the content of it in a future video, me talking about going into the response that I have towards your comment or your question. So thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful life.